Welcome to Shredmaster Scott's Harmonic Odyssey Part 2. In this installment we'll be discussing secondary dominants and the role they play in the modern musician's vocabulary. What is a secondary dominant? Well, a secondary dominant is simply a chord that falls outside of the key, which then creates the potential for resolution. One of the most common secondary dominants we hear can be found within the American national anthem, and it sounds like this. So the last two chords I played illustrate the device. The second to last chord was an A, or the 5 of 5, creating tension, and it's resolved to the 5, D, which creates the resolution. We'll talk more about what those terms mean in a minute. First, I want to demonstrate each secondary dominant using Twinkle Twinkle Little Star as a melodic framework. So I'll be referring to them as 5 ofs, and we will break that down in a minute. As I said, any chord that I'm playing that's not either a 5 of or its resolving chord is just going to be a 1, 4, 5 in the key of C, or C, F, or G. So here we go. The first one's going to be 5 of 2, or A7 moving to D minor. Next we have 5 of 3, or B7 to E minor. Now we have the 5 of 4, or C7 to F. Now we have the 5 of 5, or D7 to G. And finally we have the 5 of 6, or E7 to A minor. You might recognize that from Louis Armstrong's What a Wonderful World. We don't do a 5 of 7 because the 7 chord is diminished, which is a tension chord. So it'd be like going from one tension chord to another tension chord, which does not create a sense of resolution. So how do you generate a secondary dominant? Here's how it goes. Let's say you're in the key of C and you want to find the 5 of 2. So C is 1, D is the second note. You build a D minor chord off the 2, and then you go 5 notes from the D, or the 2, D, E, F, G, A. Then you plug in A7 chord, resolve that to the 2 to get your resolution. Let's try one more. Let's say you want to find the 5 of 5 in the key of C. So the 5 chord in the key of C is G. Now the 5 of the 5, G, A, B, C, D, 7. So play D7, resolve to the 5, which is G. Okay, now the other step involved here is, how do you know where to put the secondary dominant within the melody? It's a two-step process. Step 1, you have to find a melody note that occurs within the secondary dominant you want to generate. So if you want to generate the 5 of 5, which is the D7 chord, you have to have a melody note that is contained within that chord. So D7 is spelled D, F sharp, A, C, and what you're looking for is either a D, F sharp, A, or C in the melody. So where can we find that? A couple of places. The way that I did it was right here. So there's an A note, so you can plug in the D7 chord, and the second step is the note that follows a secondary dominant note in the melody needs to be contained within the resolving chord. So in this case, a G. So the 5 of 5 is D7, and the 5 is G. So it just so happens that in the melody, an A note is followed by a G note. So the 5th of the D7 chord moves to a G, which is the root of the G chord. Okay, so that's a little complicated, but that's the way it works. Why should you care about secondary dominants? Well, secondary dominants are found within a tremendous amount of popular music, and if you didn't understand what they were, you'd be missing out on all of that musical nutrition and development. So they can be used for modulating, for changing keys. They can be used to create suspense, tension, all kinds of emotional effects. So have fun using these to your own wicked ends. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I look forward to seeing you in the next installment.